Actually, Bruce, you'd be surprised. The aerodynamics of being clothless make it very easy to actually add in those extra flips once you get past 3 and 4. It's really just, when you're able to not have your legs being flapped like this from cloth and your legs are just sternly going through, you cut through like a blade. You know what I mean?
You gotta you gotta tape your ding dong up between your butt. Up there. You gotta keep that
tape it. You gotta clench. You gotta clench your thighs and just hold it right in place.
Are you crazy?
See you next Tuesday.
Unbelievable.
So when I was in college, one of the guys that I was friends with from high school, his name was Tyler as well. Him and a couple of buddies we knew all bought tickets for Jerry Springer. And because you can get on his website right now and you can buy episodes for I don't know if it's still up, but you can buy episodes for like a month out. And they did that and it was like $50. And so they went to the episode, and before they got there, they got email instructions. They were told what the episode was going to be about, who was going to be on the episode, and things that we're going to do. So that show has been scripted for some time for sure.
That sucks.
But if we could go back to OG Jerry Springer days.
Yeah, dude, it's the same thing with those court shows. A lot of those court shows, like comedians, up and coming comedians get their start being actors and shit in those court shows, which would be so much fun to just go on there and like sue your neighbor for shaving your cat or some shit, dude. Like that'd be the most fun.
Just have a whole improv time. Yeah.
Now I really hope that terrifying image, which I'm so glad that my divorce didn't go this way, but it's like the couple in Small's Claims Court separating the Beanie Babies, but like on the floor.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, I'm really praying that was fake, because like I think about that once a month and I'm like, fuck, that's so depressing. I feel so bad for this. Hopefully it's fake.
Well,
I was gonna bring up like the difference between content with like Facebook versus YouTube versus like Instagram. My Instagram algo is like perfectly curated. It's like I spent a lot of time on it. I will admit, after becoming divorced, I have a lot more like boobs and pretty girls doing their thing on there, but
got the Gooner algorithm going.
Oh yeah, I got a touch of the Goon in there. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Spoon of the Goon. And,
spoon of the Goon.
but it's good though. Like my Instagram algo, I'm actually pretty proud of it. But like my YouTube shorts are like, it's like no man's land. It's like I hardly have any sort of like influence on it whatsoever. If I let my daughters watch YouTube, like sometimes I'll get some dumb, weird princess thing. But the one that I love, maybe my favorite, it's a little treat that Facebook gives me every once in a while. You ever see those weird fight simulators where it's like out in a desert and it'd be like 1,000 Godzillas versus 30 Supermen? You ever see those?
I saw you put one of those in the Discord.
Yeah,
dude.
I did. Yes.
It was 10 Rancors versus 1,000 or 10,000 aliens. 10,000.
You just get sucked in. Like you have to see how it ends.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and they're like 2 minutes long, and I'm like, I don't know what science you're basing any of this off of, but it feels right, and it's fucking fun. Right. Yeah, it'd be like
you've crunched
one Iron Giant versus like a 4 turn something, or like 1,000 Gokus versus
speaking of that, I find one of my favorite questions to ask to really get to know somebody is how many toddlers do you think you could take in hand-to-hand combat before you were completely bested?
I got one for you too after this, but I raised 2 toddlers at the same time.
They're stronger than you think.
They're stronger, but they're dumb and they're slow. And like I don't know. I mean, they might be strong, but like, I've been rewatching. I shouldn't say rewatching. I've been catching up on Invincible. I think I'm fully caught up, and I think if I really want to, I can go full Omni-Man, just like running through them and just splatter. Like splatter all over the place.
So there is no limit.
Oh fuck! If I had to pick a number, I mean, eventually it's just me getting tired. Like 1,000?
It's not a number of toddlers, it's a number of hours. It's how long
holding a toddler, dude. That's all I'm imagining right now is how
fastly depleting is my white monster energy like meter going down? If I can't crack another one, then it's like then I'm done. And
get one of those helmets that you wear at a football game with like 2 white monsters in it. And you just crushing it.
At one point, you just transfer it to your nose and start inhaling it.
Yeah, just right in there, baby. There's an IV.
Oh, dude, straight in.
The one would you rather that I like to ask, would you rather fight your same-sex parent in their prime or you at your most pissed currently? Like you have to fight either yourself at your most fucking like amped up, or for either of you, be like your dad in their prime.
My dad's beating my ass like in his prime. That's not a question. Like, I'm gonna have to pick. I'm gonna have to pick the angry version of myself, because if I try to fight my dad, like I'm gonna be like, "What's sleep?"
Yeah, I'm gonna go same. Because my dad was an athlete and worked construction all his life, and I do desk stuff. So I'm gonna take my chances against myself. You know what I mean? Hope when that I was anger, 10, it's like a toddler's. He's angry, so he'll be dumber. You know, I'll think him.
So when I was 10, my dad used to like do this like trick for the neighborhood, and he would go outside and do 6 backflips in a row. So like,
oh my God,
you know,
6 backflips is hard to do naked.
Was he like in the circus or something? That's awesome.
Actually, Bruce, you'd be surprised. The aerodynamics of being clothless make it very easy to actually add in those extra flips once you get past 3 and 4. It's really just, you know, when you're able to not have your legs being flapped like this from cloth, and your legs are just sternly going through, you cut through like a blade. You know what I mean?
You gotta you gotta tape your ding dong up between your butt. Up there, you keep that.
Tape it. You gotta clench. You gotta clench your thighs and just hold it right in place, and just become one synonymous being with yourself.
Very silence of the lambs, and you ask yourself, "Would you fuck me?" Yes, I would fuck me, and then you just do a standing Christ air backflip.
Yes, exactly.
I just float. I put my arms out, and you just watch my body float and just do rounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do levitate eventually if you your soul.
Chris Angel Mind Freak taught me that in that video, the episode he did about Vegas, where he said, "I'm gonna levitate you through the TVs." I'll never forget that. Chris Angel Mind Freak was the biggest scam artist that was ever given a camera ever, and apparently he was a good magician before he got famous. Like everyone was like, "Oh, Chris Angel is like a really good magician," and then he got famous. They were like, "What the fuck's this guy?"
Yeah, they're like, magic is really easy when it's all done with editing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, what was that one episode? He does an episode where he takes a deck of cards and has this girl like sign one of them, and then he's like, "Now watch this." He throws the deck of cards at a glass wall
in the window.
Yeah, but it's just in the window, and they're like, "Yeah, he did that." I was like, "You clearly cut the frame of this video and brought it back when you replaced the wall." Like, this is pretty observable things here. But as a child, I used to be. Yeah, as a kid, dude, when he cut his arm and pulled the nickel out, I was like, "What the fuck? What is this guy doing? This is a real life wizard. Why are we not focusing on this? Why is the military not harnessing his powers?" But,
dude, that's why I stopped believing in Santa Claus. Was like back in the day, I'm like, hold on, you're telling me that there's an actual magic man who lives in up there, and like we've been there, I guess. Like we had the technology, we could get there. You tell me there's a legitimate magic man, and every fucking 11 months out of the year you say magic isn't real, but then it is. And like, are we not gonna like, you know, sign him with the military, steal his technology?
How's he not weaponized?
Exactly. Drink his blood, push him off a window, Santa Claus style, become him, take his power. So I'm like, okay, clearly isn't real. So I told my parents, and they're like, yeah.
You just reminded me of like the saddest story of my life about Santa Claus right now, dude. I forgot all about that. So you had solid reasoning and solid, you know, like dictation. You're like, no, this plausibly doesn't make sense. I, for some reason, didn't have that frontal lobe, you know, understanding till I was like 23. So like, I expressly remember this. It was Christmas. I was 9 years old. I was turning 10 2 months after Christmas. My birthday's in February. And I gave my mom my Christmas list, and I remember, you know, like I put a bunch of feasible things, you know, Megazord, Digimon, Digivice, you know, Pokemon cards, and then at the bottom I was like, I want a box of magical fairy dust. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I want some of that shit. Like I want to be able to be like, whatever.
Yeah, I want your powers.
Yeah, right.
I want your magic.
Yeah, right. I was like, you know, come on now. You know, like, why are we playing games? I was like, I was like big brain. I was like, I'm asking questions that no kids thought of before. You know what I mean? And so come Christmas morning, and like there was so many like things that happened. Like I swore I thought I heard someone in the fireplace, like because we had a fireplace at that point in time. Like I was like so sure Santa Claus was there. So then come the morning time, we go through all the presents. Ain't no box. I got everything else on the list. So I was really being an ungrateful child, like if I'm going to be honest. But I there's a box. I was disappointed. And then my mom was like, why are you sad? I was like, well, I got almost everything. She's like, well, you didn't check the tree. Look, there's a box right there in the tree. And there's this little fucking wooden box, dude, like old as shit, like literally like 1800 style shit. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. And I open it and there's 4 packs of Pokemon cards. And I'm just like looking at them. And my mom goes, oh, wow, the fairy dust must have compacted into something you really wanted. And I looked her dead in the face. I swear to God, I looked my mom dead in the face and said, Santa Claus isn't real and you put these in this box. And like in that moment, I was like, nah. No.
Oh my God.
I was like, my mom did that.
It's over.
Oh man. That cue me, the parent. I start crying with my kids.
Kids are savage, dude. Kids are savage. I think that's like a fair point.
Man.
Like what is Donald Glover's got that? I mean, I don't know if you guys, everyone knows him as Childish Gambino, but like way when he was first doing Community, he had a stand up that Comedy Central did. He has this whole bit about the kids playing basketball. He's walking by him with his dinner from restaurants. He's like, kids are savage, blah, blah. I was walking by and these kids are playing basketball and they're fighting over a ball and such. They finish and the kid rips it away. And the other kid goes, that's why your mom's in a wheelchair. And,
yeah. I remember that.
Yeah,
no, I just got done with a rewatch of Community, but I only really recognized the first 3 seasons because like pretty bad. The first 3 are so
okay, hold on. Wait, I will say I do fuck with season 4 a little bit. There's some parts in season 5, the first couple episodes before Troy leaves.
Yeah,
there's some solid moments there, even like the lava games like that. But you're right. Season 1 to 3, that's my favorite comedy show of all time. Season 1 to 3, goated. Yeah, goated. There are awards that need to be given for the formulation and creation of the 2-part Pillows versus Blankets episode. So like when it turned into a Civil War documentary, like I was like, this is goated.
Crazy.
Got fully boned up when Pierce emerged with the pillow suit. Just boom, boom, boom. Oh my God. I lost my shit. It's so fucking funny.
I know. It's like, that's the kind of shit you want to do.
I know. That show was just too good for network TV. I think it was like, it was up there.
Yeah. Dan Harmon really did his thing.
Yeah, I mean, and also Alison Brie, my God, that she might be my number one celebrity. Like that era, Alison Brie, that specific one.
Bro, so listen, because of Community, when I was a senior in high school, I started a whole trend on Twitter, back when it was Twitter still, fuck X, I don't give a shit about that. All of the kids in my high school that I was cool with were helping me out, but it was literally me asking Alison Brie to my school prom. And I remember like Alison Brie like liked one of the tweets and shit, like it was like this whole thing, like after she liked one of the tweets, it was like wildfire, all the kids in my school like, yeah, blah, blah, whatever. And then one of the principals comes up to me in lunch and they're like, we know what you're trying to do. And I was like, put this school in the city on the map by having a celebrity take your kid to school to prom. They were like, yeah, you can't have anybody older than 21 in the prom. I looked my principal dead in the face and was like, if Oprah Winfrey called me right now and said, hey, I want to go to prom with you, you're going to tell this bitch no, knowing she's got millions of dollars to fix every problem that you've ever fucking had in the school. He was like, Oprah wouldn't want to do that, but yes, it breaks school policies. I looked that man in the face and was like, I'm not going to prom. You got me fucked up. It's my senior year, an idiot. This is dumb.
Yeah. Give him
school is stupid, I guess.
Yank.
Literally, get out of my face. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, get out of my face, dude.
Yeah, and then you're like this,
yeah, dude, exactly. Bruce, you're gonna have to do that at some point in the video. And this is the thumbnail.
Crazy.
You gotta get 3 hands in there now. You gotta get
a third hand in there somehow.
You get a foot. You get your foot up there too.
I don't know if I'm that flexible, man. I don't think I can pull that off. For free, guys, you're trying to end up on WikiFeed already.
That's why I'm wearing boots
like that.
I think gotta pay for my piggies.
That's got to be a subsect, though, Luke. There's got to be like a boot guy out
booted
there.
Men. Yeah. There's got to be a boot guy. Yeah, the foot thing. Also, real quick, I just want to make everyone. I heard it. I want to make sure everyone else heard it. I said you got to pay for my piggies, and I just want that to be a clear one. Everyone can hear pay for my piggies. There might be a band name that I write down at some point.
The DMs are open if the price is right.
Hashtag pay for them piggies.
You gotta pay for my piggies. Yeah, pay for dem. Pay for dem piggies.
Pay for dem piggies. Yes.
Hashtag pay for piggies. But
which is actually his Cash App as well as $. Pay for them.
Oh, that's fucking good. But no, the one. I don't know how deep this well can run, but the foot thing is like, I didn't know that was that's a thing. And if it's your thing, that's cool. I don't know if it is or not. Not mine. But it's a real thing, more than I'd ever expected. Like,
as someone who finds feet to be disgusting, including my own, I think my feet are scaly monsters, and I like look at them and think it's like a dinosaur or a vampire. I don't know, you know.
Someone paid top dollar.
That disgusts me. You know, OnlyFans, one thing. You know what I mean?
Sounds like overcompensation to me. I think Tyler might be.
Me doth think
he might be out in the DMs. Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if I ever got like random DMs of like feet pics, we're gonna make a compilation video of me literally throwing up to every DM I open, because that's gonna be how that is. Like I don't fuck with feet, but I agree. Like the feet pic shit is, it's more than just pics too. Like it's people asking them to do weird shit. Like what was it? One girl tweeted, she was like, yes. One girl tweeted, she was like, he asked me to step on hard boiled eggs for $500.
Oh baby, I hear the blues are calling. Piggies, scrambled eggs.
Frasier is crazy. Hard boiled eggs. That's disgusting.
That's wild.
You could have like at least gone with like a appetizing food.
Yeah, like I feel like Jello would be my. I feel like the satisfaction going in. Yeah, something tasty. Feet. I'm like I'm neutral to feet. Like they're just there. I'm not gonna start sucking on them when it's happening.
It's weird.
There's an error.
Like I'm sure there is, but it's weird that you don't hear more about like a hand fetish. Like, wouldn't you think that?
Well, because those are models. Those people are models.
There's got to be foot models too. No, there's got to be foot models.
There's probably the same. There's probably the same dozen pair of legs on half of the magazines in America. However, they always got.
You know way too much about this. You're pretend. Yeah. This is so revealed. No, the fur master and the foot master.
Disgusting.
I'll live with the fur master, but I'm not living with the foot master. I'm sorry.
It's already added. It's added to the list.
That's what I'm not going to live with.
Master of the Foot Clan, Tyler Hall.
It's gonna be like fast forward a year from now, and someone's gonna like try to take a picture of me or something like that, and they're gonna be like, "Here's my foot," and I'm gonna be like,
"Dude, that's all I want for us to be at convention."
MagicCon next year.
Foot master,
sign my piggies, sign them.
No. I'll sign a picture of your feet, but I'm not going to sign your feet.
EYLER, one on each pig.
Damn it,
so
Luke's making too much sense.
Yeah.
He's making too much sense. Now I have to, dude.
This is marketing genius.
It's got to be like that scene from SpongeBob, though, where like all of his fingers have like a smiley face on them. Like that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw a smiley face on the tip of every toe. Like now you can go to sleep and look back at your toes and be like, I keep shaking my shit. Look back at your toes and be like, ooh.
Why are you looking back at the toes?
Because how do you look at the bottoms of your toes? You gotta look at the bottoms of the toes. I guess you're right. I mean, not everyone's flexible. Bruce just explained that to us a second ago.
Tyler likes to do it more of a femboy kind of pose. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I wouldn't have chose the whole looking back. I'm not too proud of what I got going. I want to forget about what I got going in the back. It is not my strongest feature. I just want it to be like ignored. Don't touch it. You had some cake?
I got some cake back there. You know,
pisses me off. I got any fucking cake. Where's my fucking cake?
Where's my cake?
As a 6'5" white male, I deserve some cake too.
I deserve a slice of the cake.
Marie Antoinette over here. Where's my cake?
She said, something like that.
That's what she said. I'm pretty sure.
Screamed at him right in the face and said it. Yeah. She said. But then afterwards, with tears coming down her eyes, she just looked in my face and said, "Not the ass, the actual cake." That was the whole point.
Right off.
No, it wasn't that the whole point of the movie. Is like there were all these problems. Everyone thought that she was asking for the cake, and no one had a fat enough ass. And then at the end of the movie, she was like, "I've been asking for the fucking birthday cake for my daughter's birthday all day."
That's definitely
everyone just keeps showing ass. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dude. And it hits that Nicki Minaj joint, and it just rolls credits.
Some Ice Spice.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, this is... Speaking of, like, we were talking about watching old, like, music videos or whatever. Do you know Mastodon at all?
Yes.
Band? Yeah, they're one of my all-time favorites. There's one of their best music videos of all time is for a song called The Mother Lode, where it starts off in a very, like, almost pseudo satanical, weird, trippy like metal video. But like slowly over the course of the video, it just starts like including like girls with thick asses twerking just like in the background. And then over the course of the music video, it just becomes the sole focus of the entire thing. And then it's just ass everywhere. And they're just playing this metal song. And it's got ass. So like, you know, hell yeah for that. But then two, when it's an amazing music video. It's so fucking funny. If you just want to like, you know, get stoned up and boned up, watch the Mother Load music video.
Stoned up and boned up is fucking hilarious, dude. That's got to be on a t-shirt.
That's my autobiography.
You ever seen the Major Lazer music video for Bubble Butt?
Yes. I
starts off
that.
with those fucking like the silver and white girls that are in the apartment doing this, and then those fucking pipes pump all their butts up. Yeah, that fucking.
I remember that shit. Yeah, that was wild.
Terrible, terrible Tyga verse. Major Lazer used to go hard though.
Yeah.
Tyga.
You know, I don't know too. I remember Tyga once was at my school. I did get yelled at the man who guarded Tyga's bus and sports car because he was because I went to University of Northern Iowa. He was there at he must have been like smaller at the time because he did a performance at one of our theaters there. I say like it's mine. It's not. I don't have any particular love for the college I went to.
College tours. That's how.
It was a college thing, and they're like, I think it's Tyga's here, and we were like sneaking through the bushes. We were trying to get a peek at his sports car, and then his guard yelled at us, and we scampered away.
What are you doing?
I heard you're the fur master, so maybe bust out a few meows for the furs at home.
Meow. Meow.
Jason, put something in there to make it sound.
You can't hear it.
Big old
it's
fart.
It's too high pitched. It's too high pitched is the problem. I can see your. All right, hold on. Here you go. I got you.
You're out here.
Row. Yeah. No. I need to get a better mic then. I mean, if I did it off the laptop, it'd sound like shit, but I could do it. Yeah. Hey, fans at home, just know that was such a good cat meow that you cannot hear it because it was such a high pitch. I'm saying only cats.
God didn't want you to hear it.
So yeah, play it for your cat.
Yeah. It's like looking into the Ark of the Covenant. It's like too perfect.
Dude, it's a whole new network. Ooh, I don't know about that one. That one's pretty crazy. That's pretty. I would give myself that acclaim there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Bruce. You know, Bruce does a mean impression of an axolotl. Bruce, do it.
Impression of an axolotl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa! Where did Bruce go?
Yes.
Bruce,
you were gone for talking about.
You were gone for a little bit, and there was an axolotl on the screen. It was fucking crazy.
The fact that you like derped your face out too when they're just like a flat faced salamander is hilarious.
Yeah, 2 dots and a line. That's it. This is on a super. I have no idea if there's going to be any juice to squeeze on this one, but have you seen Gravity Falls? Do you know Gravity Falls?
I love Gravity Falls, dude.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's a good show.
This past Halloween's my favorite time of year. I mean, it's my kid's favorite time of year too. And for some reason, we were just like watching Disney Plus, just throwing it on the TV. And I'd never seen Gravity Falls. I just put it on because it was kind of like in the spooky collection area, and like I became fucking obsessed with it. And there's like a whole through line with like the hidden codes in the background, and like there's a weird like cosmology with like the beings with Bill and his weird fucking extra dimensional shit, and there's like an axolotl that's like a god. So like axolotls are now like a little near and dear to me because it reminds me of Gravity Falls, and that shit's just so good. Oh, it's so good.
Fire. No, Gravity Falls is the shit. But you know what's better? Unearthed Arcade. And thank you today for tuning in. See you next Tuesday. If you haven't noticed, you know, people at home, and if you haven't noticed truly, like I have, I think you probably should go talk to a doctor. But we've got a guest today. Today we're joined by Luke Vorwald. You know, I met this guy at MagicCon, a cool friend of mine, and I'm gonna let Luke explain his, you know, himself, his magic knowledge, and some of the things that he's doing. But
I've been trying to get Big Beanus off the ground for a while. Luke,
I fuck with Big Beanus. No, 100%.
Yeah,
we'll put that. That's going right there in the lower thirds. As in, like every time we say Luke from now on, you know, no, that'd be too much work. But you know, sometimes big Beanus.
Every once in a while, big bean, like big right here, bean, like, taking up the full fucking thing. Big Beanus.
Yeah.
Jason, do a favor for your old buddy and just cut some fucking big Beanus.
You could make a penis out of beans.
You could.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's rude. Don't do that. That's rude.
Penis does sound like penis, doesn't it? How about that? I met Tyler. It was at the karaoke thing, which was so fucking fun at MagicCon.
Yeah, super fun time.
I know I'm supposed to be like plugging stuff, but like side story for that. The event for the live band karaoke for MagicCon, it was so like under advertised. Like hardly anybody was there, which is probably good because the place was kind of small. But the fact that fucking Jimmy Wong and some of the games night people were there was so cool.
Dude, Jordan Pritchard was there. Jordan was there.
That's right. It was so cool. It was so cool.
It was nice to meet him.
Yeah, I know, and he was so nice. And like my one buddy who does the show. So I'm bouncing back and forth. The John F. Kennedy's kind of get me a little loosey goosey. But me and my buddy Levi, we did a very scatterbrained, inconsistent podcast called Casual Commander Revival for the past like 2 years ish. But we only had like 20-ish episodes. We wait like a month or two before we do an episode. It was very loosey goosey and laissez-faire. But now we're trying to do like a concerted effort to do like a consistent, serious effort. It's called Fair Magic. Robbie from the Infinity Bros. I don't know if he's got like a fair amount on TikTok. He's kind of our friend. We're kind of leeching off of his internet clout, or at least attempting to. And then one of his other Infinity Bro guys from their original Infinity Bro podcast. It's me and Levi, and then those two. Eventually, we're gonna do some gameplay, and we're gonna do a lot of bullshitting as well. So that's that. But then also, we just met at MagicCon, and then we were just like talking or whatever. That specific night was so fucking fun for me. The live band karaoke, because you were asking what songs did I sing? I sang 4 songs that night. I sang "Touch Me" by The Doors, which is a go-to karaoke song for me, and then me and Robbie did "Say It Ain't So" by Weezer, and then when the part came where it's "Wrestle with Jimmy," and just like Carl Weezer, and everybody pointed at Jimmy Wong in the crowd, which is very fun. Nice. And then we closed out the night where I sang "Breed" by Nirvana with Robbie, and then we did "Wagon Wheel," but we did a lot of like death metal, like vocals to "Wagon Wheel." So it was a lot of like "Rock me, mama, like the wind in the rain," shit like that.
That's
awesome. And my voice was fucking gone. It was nowhere to be seen after that. I couldn't sing with the shit after that. But
see, I only saw the first 2. I was out of there at like 10:40ish, going on 11 o'clock, just because I was staying at my buddy's house. I didn't want to crash in too late. He has a kid. I was like,
we were there till like 2. We were there like 2 in the morning. It was so fun.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. There's a lot of cool people. I know, Bruce.
You should be, Bruce.
Next year I'll be there.
Yeah.
What were you doing while we were gone, Bruce? Tell us about that weekend for you. We can tell you about MagicCon, but that's boring. But tell us about.
I was probably changing fucking diapers and waking up to. Actually, at that point, it was probably mostly Haley waking up. But yeah, probably just taking care of the baby and playing Marvel Rivals.
The baby can. They gotta learn to do it on their own at some point. Yeah, you just gotta let them sit in it for a while. They'll figure it out. And if they don't, that's on them.
They'll eventually move out of the lobby, right? You just put that controller right in Cal's hands, and Cal's just trying.
I tried to 2-stack with him, man, but he sucks. I can't figure it out.
They suck for a long time. A lot of things.
He's got no game awareness at all, man.
Maybe you should pull him off of Spider-Man. Maybe he just shouldn't play Spider-Man like you told me you were having him play.
Yeah, dude, I'm up there as Magneto, just screaming, "Where's my DPS? Where's my DPS?" He's over there sucking on the controller, dude. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Not a strategy I would advise.
Yeah, you can't aim with your mouth, man. What are you doing? Figure it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're talented.
Some people. I don't know. I met a few ladies.
On some real shit, I used to have.
We'll complain about.
In the Black Ops 1 Zombies days, back when Call of Duty Zombies was still for real chads, I used to play with a buddy of mine who would carry me into very high rounds, and he could literally solo to round like 30 or 40 with his feet. He would throw the controller on the ground and play with his feet. It was the craziest shit I'd ever seen in my entire life.
The
fact that guy's not a streamer right now is like the craziest thing in the entire world. I don't know what he does for a living, but like he should 100% be playing video games with his feet. For
paid for those bucks.
That's exactly. That's crossover, dude. That's like he could be
making money. That's making money on top of money. Yeah,
he could be like the only person playing Call of Duty on Jerkmate, man.
That was a good one, dude. That was a good one. I gotta give you that. Oh shit.
Oh, buddy. One. Man, on dude, the nights when the hub just doesn't cut it, you gotta roll the dice and jerk me.
You gotta roll the dice.
You gotta roll the dice as you have.
See what's happening over on that side of the train tracks.
Yeah. I heard they have some kind of ranked system.
I was just about to bring it up. I saw that.
Get into that,
ranked jerk mate. How does that like? All right, so like we're three bros, right? How the fuck does ranked jerk mate work?
Dude, it's got to be like hours logged or something, right? Like, imagine
they
the top 500. Like, dude, people talk about like no-lifing video game, like the top 500 in like Overwatch or Rivals or something, like no-lifing being sweaty.
Wait, hold on,
dude.
Are we talking 500? Like?
Jerkmate said that they're doing ranked Jerkmate. They haven't explained, for the website Jerkmate.
I thought you meant the people camming, like the people doing that. Like they make
no. Jerkmate said that they're announcing a ranked mode.
Oh my god! For the people jerking for the jerkers?
Yes. You can goon competitively.
Oh my god! Yeah. I thought like I thought it'd be kind of funny if like if the cam people were getting ranked, but like the fucking jerkers are getting that is sign. I found my sport. I found my college. Did I mention I'm divorced? I found my area.
Big ropes and magic. That's Luke Vorwald there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. He's a big Beanus in the top 500. Let's go.
Number one jerker, Big Beanus, all caps.
You know what the worst part is? Someone's going to capitalize on this entire initiative, and they're going to make a story about it, and it's going to be some type of movie or TV show about the number one ranked. It's going to be a manga. It's going to be a manga series, and it's going to be some little kids. I'm not a little kid. That's fucked up. Hold on, my bad. Some young college male. Yeah, some young.
Good save, Tyler.
Yeah, some young college male is like, I'm going to be the number one gooner in the world, and it's just a hentai manga of him trying to become. Yeah, dude, that's.
I mean, if you want me, make it popular. Make it like a shonen where they got like powers associated. Your gooning, the more gooned up you are, the more powerful you get. You get your fucking Nine-Tail Fox moment because you're just so fucking.
But who are the villains?
Dumb and full of
genius.
The no nut villains.
The villains are the semen retention guys, dude. They're the guys that are like, my semen retention has made me 10 times more of a man than you. The alpha male TikToker dudes.
I just gotta say, guys, I'm seeing the analytics right now. We definitely just lost 90% of our women viewership.
But we gained a very strong, proud handful of gooners.
Dude, what's happened? The gooners is our real demographic anyway.
Yeah,
we really got to tap in on that.
For those gooners. Yeah. There's got to be like a story arc where it's like the never-ending November, where like no one's allowed to nut or whatever. That's like it's like Darkest
That's
Night.
the final arc.
I know
that's the finale arc.
Yeah, Bruce is like a Green Lantern fan. Yeah, it's like the Blackest Night is fucking the never.
Green Lantern's my favorite DC character as well. Blackest Night is one of my favorite comic reads. Like,
such a great story.
My favorite DC. Unless we're counting Vertigo, because I'm a big Sandman guy. Unfortunately, Neil Gaiman has been accused of bad stuff. I hope it's not true, but if it's true, that sucks or whatever. But Sandman, like, oh my god, fuck, like Neil Gaiman Sandman is god tier. But I'm also a big Swamp Thing guy. I've read a lot of the Vertigo stuff, so like Alan Moore Swamp Thing, other Swamp Thing, and then he gets like kind of folded into like the regular DC stuff, which I always think is fun. But I was there for like the New 52 when I was big into Swamp Thing and Animal Man during the New 52 era. Like in Justice League Dark, I was like big into that.
Yeah,
and then it got kind of bad. Or John Constantine. I'm a big Constantine guy. Hellblazer is awesome. Again, when he gets folded into like the main DC stuff, it kind of loses some of its bite, unfortunately. But I still love John Constantine.
Yeah, they're actually doing something. If you're familiar right now, they're doing this. They basically launched their own like ultimate like rebrand universe. It's absolute DC universe. It's been really, really cool. It feels like that just like darker, grittier tone that a lot of DC and Vertigo fans really love, but they're applying it to like Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman instead of like only the side heroes. It's really, really fun. Good. Very different, very unique takes on them. Yeah, definitely check it out.
I've been out of the comic game for a while, so that'd be kind of a fun thing to dip my toes back into.
Oh yeah.
See, Bruce over here is our resident comic doctor. You know what I'm saying? I'm the anime guy, so. I love Bruce to keep me up to.
I'm the gooner.
Exactly. We got comic books, anime, Big Beanus.
Fucking clip of the day, dude. That was right,
I I got my finger on the pulse, just like that, of all the hottest gooning zeitgeist.
Yeah. Oh shit! Speaking of gooning zeitgeist, top tier goon energy. You posed a question, and I immediately had it. So Luke posed a question to us.
Kind of on brand with my big gooner energy that I'm kind of leaning hard into today.
100%. So I mean, with the big goon energy, that's gonna have to be the thing. Big Goon Energy presents top 3. Who are our top 3 childhood animated crushes? Right? I don't know if you guys got yours, but I already thought of mine. I mean, I knew my number 1 immediately.
Oh yeah,
but
my number 1's been solid since I was old enough to squirt.
Should we go back and forth with our full list, or should we start at 3?
I think we should start at 3.
But do we have any honorable mentions? Because I have a couple of honorable mentions.
Okay.
Let me hear your honorable mentions.
I'm going to fire them off real quick. First and foremost, for honorable mentions, she didn't make my top 3, but Aunt Cass from Big Hero 6, classic Pixar mom, Aunt energy. She's up there. I should also mention before, that was maybe the first and not true. This is one of the few that I mentioned in the shows. She is an adult female. Now, if there's a point where we mentioned a character that if in their show they were not adults, we are now talking about them fully grown as adults. Just get that out of the way. Very clear, very upfront.
Disclaimer time.
Yes, as a resident gooner, I know the importance of disclosure up front. So there's that.
Conscious goons.
Yes, very conscious socially, introspectively. Number 2, Judy Hopps, Zootopia. Now, is a bunny. Sure, of course. But I think it was on purpose that that was intentional. They knew what they're fucking doing over there.
You're talking to the fur master, man.
Exactly. Yeah, Judy Hopps.
Get the fuck out of here.
Look at the poster right over his shoulder. He's trying to pretend like he's not in.
There it is. Yeah,
that's Mrs. Bumbleflower.
Yeah, she's not on your.
Fuck
screen.
Mrs. Bumbleflower.
Mrs. Bumbleflower is not.
I use the deck. I don't use her.
She's so good.
No.
It pisses me off.
Wait till you hear my top 3. You're gonna be like, damn, Tyler's on the money. I'm like, yeah.
And then, and then real quick, kind of a weird one, but the mom from the Proud Family. I just something did it for me back in the day.
Real.
Yeah, that's real. Honorable mentions.
That's real. That's a good honorable mention. That's a real.
I try to go for a deep pull. Nothing too easy. But I did a lot of goon talk. You guys can start off and we'll list our number 3s.
All right. Bruce, you got your number 3 or you want me to go first?
All right. You can go first. I don't care.
In 3rd place, I got Miss Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. She would have been one of my honorable mentions. Elastigirl.
Yeah. Elastigirl. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what can I say about it?
Get a lot of memes of her butt.
She's thick. Yeah. She's thick with like 5 C's because she's stretching out. You know what I'm saying?
Infinite C's. She can be as fucking. As far as I know, she can just do whatever that thing.
Bro, for real. What you got in number 3, Bruce?
All right, so my number 3, I think is a pretty common one, but definitely up there was Raven from the Teen Titans. Man, when I was a kid.
Yep.
Yeah,
I feel that.
That's my number 1. That's my number 1.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's my number 1. It's Raven.
All right, so we know. Okay, we know. So, I mean, we know what Luke's 1 is, but I mean, what's your 3 though? What's your 3?
My 3, and we're kind of seeing mine are kind of like a sandwich of like dark, and not dark as far as personality goes. So Raven's my number 1. My number 3 was Mavis from Hotel Transylvania.
Okay.
Oh, second movie.
No, she's the daughter.
So she's the mom in the second movie.
Is she?
Or is it the third movie? The whole series becomes about their kids.
I didn't see any of that. I didn't see it. I saw the first one and maybe some of the second one.
Tyler,
they got like a Netflix series
on Mavis.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, we don't have to get into like real goon talk, but like Rule 34 on Reddit. If anybody wants the shortcut to if anybody wants the shortcut to that content,
right there,
put a little Jason put a little link in there. The Rule 34 with the
advertise. Just Google images.
So I got two goth mommies on top, and then we can go to number 2. I'll review my number 2 later.
All right, Tyler.
Oh, Cortana.
Oh,
Cortana.
dude.
Interesting pull.
I should have put her on there. I should
I
have put
played
her
a
on there.
fuck ton of Halo when I was young, dude.
Hell yeah.
Man,
playing
another
Halo.
honorable mention there. Wii Fit Trainer.
There you go.
Hey, I'm sorry. That's a deep Goon cut. That's a deep Goon cut for sure, for sure.
Smash Brothers, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can see that one. My number 2, unfortunately, the reveal of number 1 was stolen. Remember, it's not your fault. This is a recent one. I put Adam Eve from Invincible. I mean, straight up, that's just the current one. It's just the current crush. I've been watching Invincible. You know, can't help it.
So
also, Jillian Jacobs. I'm a big fan of Jillian Jacobs, the voice actress.
That's real.
For
Hey, yeah.
Right on.
Who's your number 2, Brucey?
Kind of a similar. I also have like 2 kind of dark and twisty goth sandwiches, and then in the middle is Rogue from X-Men. She's still kind of got a little.
That was
scary.
one of my
She's gonna hurt me. She's gonna hurt me. You know what I mean?
She's got a bit.
100%.
Yeah. You got the 2 suicide girls, one at 1, one at 3, and then you know, the real Gooners. They know that term.
Yeah, man.
Ah, shit. All right. Well, I guess we're down to the drum roll. So I actually have a tie.
That was more of a Phil Collins thing.
Yeah. You got a little Neil Peart from Rush going on.
Yeah, come on. Slow down.
You know what I'm saying? I have a tie for number 1, and I really thought about this.
Oh, okay.
And they both impacted me in different ways. I had a
that feels like cheating, but go ahead.
I had listen. I'm gonna put it out like this. I had
just disrespect the game. That's fine. Go ahead.
Fuck off. I had a crush on one character, and then I had like a sexual, like whole like childhood awakening thing for the other one. Okay, so it was like I was like damn. Looking at this character is making me feel some type of way. But so for the tie, it's Katara and Shigo.
Sure. Oh, sure.
Shigo's my number 1, dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Baby.
That's crazy.
Dude.
You put those bad girl goth mommies right in the fucking number 1 seat.
Dude.
Katara
As a kid.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a
Katara's
dude.
a good one.
Avatar was like such a like impactful show to me that like I was like, man, Katara is like she a headstrong girl. She's smart. She's capable about things. You know what I mean? Like as a little kid, I was like, yeah, if I lived in the Avatar world, I'd be like, Aang, fuck out here.
I like the one she had the makeup from that Warrior Island with the fans.
The Kyoshi who gets Kyoshi that gets with Sokka's girlfriend. I don't. We're gonna get disrespected.
This is horrible. She's a great character.
Yeah, I cannot. Fuck.
So we respect women on this podcast. I promise.
It's a show that we saw a long time. I mean, maybe not all that long ago, but it's. I guess I did watch the Netflix live action stuff. I can't remember her name though.
Suki,
obviously, yes. All I could think of was Ahsoka, and that's freaking Star Wars.
I'm fucking crying. You're done. You're done. Go to sleep. Good night. Log out.
Oh shit.
We do have the magic the Avatar crossover coming up pretty soon. Which
you were in. My bad. I apologize.
No, it's all right. No, I was gonna say it's not my favorite. Like I feel like everyone is gonna get their UB, or they want to. They want to have their UB Universes Beyond like their thing. That's gonna like fully like turn the corner on them for them on Universes Beyond. If it was me, like for me, it would be like a Song of Ice and Fire. If they did that, which they could pull, like they could do that. Like if they did
I thought that was going to be the reveal this year. I wish, dude. But it wasn't.
I heard people say Avatar before. I don't know where they were hearing it from. But like,
Wubby said it earlier in the day. I was there when he said it earlier in the day.
Oh, really?
Wubby was like, I'm hearing rumors of Avatar. My cousin was getting a card signed. I was like, ooh.
That's interesting. But no, if they did the same treatment for Song of Ice and Fire that they did for Lord of the Rings, I would be like, that would be my favorite set of all time, easy. I mean, ultimately, if I could have it be anything, it'd be Dark Tower, Stephen King, because that's my favorite book series of all time. But crazy. Like, there's no way they'd ever do that, ever.
No.
So at least with Song of Ice and Fire, like that could actually happen.
So here's my UB pitch, because I'm telling you, I think you would fuck with this one, because you came in and started off this conversation by saying you had 2 Voltron decks you'd like playing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The perfect set for Voltron decks. Power Rangers. Come on.
Power Rangers would be hard.
It writes itself. It writes itself. You have legendary creatures of multiple colors that are a Megazord, and then you have artifact vehicles that are single colors. Those are the Zords, and you attach them to the Megazord, giving them power-ups and shit, dude. It'd be a crazy set. Then you got humans that are Power Rangers and shit like that. There's a lot.
They'd be pilots. Yeah. They'd be pretty dope.
It'd be a lot.
Alternatively, you could do like Universes Beyond Brazzers, Universes Beyond Pornhub, Universes Beyond, and you could do like
naturally.
You just do like you just do like a reskin where like the Weatherlight is the Bang Bus, right? Or you could do Angela White. She could be like a white angel or something.
Special land card, the casting couch.
Yeah.
Dude, Toxrill Riley Reed.
Toxrill Riley Reed.
That's I don't know what she did to you, man, but
it was low hanging fruit. It was like
just called that woman a gunk slug, bro.
The gunk slug is really good.
Dude, she's gonna cook us online because of this clip.
Oh my god,
she's gonna start a whole thing.
You. I didn't no disrespect.
Hey Riley, I apologize, but if they made a porno magic set, you'd definitely be Toxrill. I hate to say it.
That's not a real apology. That's a double down. You just cut her twice, dude. Riley, I got your back against this man. Okay?
Yeah.
Cancel
Riley,
Tyler.
Bruce has definitely got your back.
Two-thirds of this podcast episode is pro Riley Reed. I can say that with certainty. At least 2/3. Mia Khalifa, she could be in there. Don't got a funny one. She's just a porn person that I'm aware of. So
he's just like, just throw her in too.
I'm just naming off.
That's so funny.
We're spitballing.
Yeah. Speaking of, actually, I do want to ask you that because I know you play Commander, Tyler. Does Bruce play Commander as well?
Oh yeah, we just recently started up our, you watched the first episode of Mana to Works, where we're going to be playing Commander.
That's right.
We're going to be doing a couple other formats every once in a while. But I'm building up my Commander decks. I really don't want. I'm not going to do it because it looks like shit. But entire side of the room right here is just a mess of Magic cards because I have like 17 Commander decks halfway built right now.
You go ahead.
I was just gonna say I was at his house recently and I saw the state of it, and it's like 2.5 tables just Magic cards everywhere, and I know what that's like, man.
I literally just built this bookshelf right here because like if I'm going to be recording stuff for podcast stuff, I had a bunch of just like computer shit laying around. So now I built the shelf and I put all my decks up there. But I was going to ask you what your favorite commanders are, or your favorite like style or color or whatever.
So I took a 3.5 year break, almost 4 years from Magic. And then when I came back, I was playing only Standard before I left. And when I came back, all of my cousins were like, oh, it's called Commander. So I came back around Bloomburrow. So like, I'm like dipping my feet into like older legendary creatures that can pop into like the Commander space. I mean, I have a fuck ton of cards going through a lot of stuff. But when it comes to like my favorite commanders, it's going to just be the character, like the commanders I have the most fun playing with. And out of those, I would say probably Hashaton is like right now my favorite commander to play with. That's from the Ether Drift Zombie, black white.
Oh,
with blue in the middle. With blue.
That fucking degenerate piece of shit. Are you kidding me? He's too good. He's too good.
I also really like as toxic as it is, the first like real commander deck that I started like trying really hard to make was an old Zakama deck, and I really liked what you could do with Zakama. But then when I came back to Magic and Bloomburrow, it was like I missed the return to Ixalan sets, and everyone's like, "Oh, your dragons are cool, but dragons go burr. Dinosaurs go burr now, like dragons." Like, like what was it? We played with Caleb, my cousin. Bruce and I did, and he has a really good new Ixalan dinosaur.
His dinosaur deck stomps, man. It's like on.
Dude,
I feel like every pod's got that one guy who just like beats ass with dinosaurs, and that's like their thing. I got a few guys who do that.
Yeah,
dinosaurs the shit.
Someone's just like that special brand of they're on that right part of the spectrum that they're just like dinosaurs go stomp.
That's their touch of the tism. Is
that? Yeah.
What about you, Bruce? What's your favorite?
Oh man, so I'm a big Voltron guy. I love to just like make big and go smash with my commander. My toxic, to be toxic as fuck, my favorite commander deck that I personally have is my Korvold deck. Korvold Faker's King, just disgusting treasures and dragons, and my whole thing is just getting treasures, getting value from sacking the treasures, making him huge, and then destroying. That's that one's. But if I'm saying who my favorite actual commander is right now, it's probably Glarb, Calamity's Augur.
Dude, Glarb is
sure. Dope. Glarb's good. Yeah, Glarb's good.
Yeah, he's a good commander, and I just love him aesthetically, man. He's just like the frog, just Jarl leaning on his throne.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love it. It's so fun.
I got a Flubs deck that I really, really like. Flubs
sweet.
is kind of like his goofy cousin. But no, that Flubs deck it's a Slime Against Humanity deck. If you remember that card from Murders of whatever. It's the green sorcery that you can have any number in your deck. And like whenever you play it, you make an ooze that is like 2 plus the amount of cards that you have called Slime Against Humanity in your graveyard and in exile. So then I do a lot of like +1/+1 counters with that, try to win with like Simic Ascendancy. But the fun story with that one is when I was at Magic on Chicago, I was lured in by an attractive woman at an artist like booth. And that artist happened to be the guy who's the artist for Angus Mackenzie and a couple of like older school cards. And they said that they would like, I was just kind of talking to him or whatever. And again, I was lured in by the attractive woman. And she was saying like, oh, well, if you want to, like, he could like do a custom token. I'm like, that sounds awesome. So I had the guy who did Angus Mackenzie make a really fun, I'll have to show you guys sometime. It's a really fun ooze token for my Slime Against Humanity deck. So probably the coolest thing I purchased at the con, just because it was like a custom token made by like some cool artist.
Yeah, no, that's badass.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I do like how you bring up, like, you like, there's Glarb, but then also Corvold. Like, Corvold's like that's the one that you know you're being mean with, and like you know you're being like kind of an asshole with. Because I've got one of my favorite, my all-time favorite commander deck is Paco and Halden, if you know that one. It's like you're
telling me about that
wizard. That's my favorite one. It's actually it's pretty strong. I didn't intend that was actually a pretty strong like. I didn't intend for it to be strong. I just like stealing people's shit off the top of their library. But my number one like mean. Well, I have a few. I play them seldomly, but my two mean ones. So my favorite colors are red, green, and blue. My favorite single color is blue, just because I think blue is. It just allows you to play even if like you're sitting around, like it just allows you to play the game more. I'm not like constantly denying people with constant counters or anything like that, but
sure,
my mono
says every blue player. Yeah. Guys, I swear, I'm going to let you play.
I'm not one of those blue players. But my mono blue deck is Lear, Disciple of the Drowned, where spells can't be countered, and then all instants and sorceries in my graveyard get flashback. And that's one where like that one I'm winning with Fastest Oracle, Lab Man, Jace the asshole, the one where you know that one. Slept on tech for that. If you're playing Lear and you're trying to win that way, Mirror of Fate. I'm always trying to preach Mirror of Fate. It's like the fucking truth. No one ever plays this fucking card. It's a 5-mana artifact, colorless. You tap it and you can sack it, and you choose any number of cards that you own that are face up in exile, and you can put them on top of your library. It's up to 7. You can do up to 7, or you can do 0, and then everything else from your library just gets exiled. So if you want to get shit back that you did with flashback from exile, you get it back, or you can just empty your library and then go to draw and win with like Labman or Fastest Oracle or something like that. So that one is my like dirty mono blue deck. I do love it. No one lets me play it anymore. But my other one my other really bad one, I haven't played it in a long time. It's Narset. Not the first one. The one from like the epilogue Aftermath. Enlightened Exile is what she is, where she gives all other creatures you control prowess, or actually all creatures, including herself, she has prowess. And then, what is it? When she attacks, you can play a non-creature spell from your graveyard and then exile it. And with that particular deck, the last time I played it, which was like a year and a half ago, I took 14 turns in a row when everyone else had only had 4 turns. And they got very mad at me. And I said, okay, I'm not playing this one for a while. So, but let me tell you, made me feel like a big man when I did that. It felt really
that's some big Beanus turns there.
He said big man Blastoise vibes.
Yeah, big man Blastoise. I don't know where that came from, but I love it. It's all over my Instagram now.
Dude, people keep sending me memes of it. That's fair.
Do a lot of big
if I had to pick a commander deck I have right now to just like that, like I actually do enjoy playing that I think is like really strong. I think everybody has it though, but it would easily be Krenko. Like I used to, when I stopped playing Commander, when I stopped playing Magic way back when, and it was like 2020, 2021 that I stopped playing, I was running a standard deck that had 4 Krenkos in it. It was a full goblin standard, and it was a complete burn deck. And it was like, no matter what I do on turn 4, I have 30 goblins. Like I'm winning this match, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Krenko's gross.
Krenko's
so
Krenko's gross.
Krenko's so gross.
that was one of my first ever like standard decks back when I used to play. I played some standard, like some Friday Night Magic stuff, but then ultimately we kind of just devolved into like kitchen table bad legacy, more or less, where it was like 60 card format, but you know, with the other rules that 60 card format goes along with. My first ever deck ever was it was black green Birthing Pod, and then I did it where like I put my chaos in there and Cauldron of Souls, so there was a lot of like +1/+1 counters and -1/-1 counters canceling each other out. So then you just kind of like keep sacking and recurring your shit all over and over again. That was very fun. And then I made Krenko, which I feel like everyone makes a Krenko deck at some point. And then I converted it into a commander deck, and I kind of just keep it around to like help teach people play Magic because I respect Krenko, but
he's dying. That's exactly what we said on our podcast a couple episodes ago. It was like, you want to teach somebody to play Magic and like make sure that they actually want to play. You give them Krenko, let them shit on you beyond realm of belief, and they're like, "Oh, I like this game now."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. when they make 60 goblins,
you show them like, well, it's something about that, like realizing that it's an exponential growth. Like when you're like, "Oh shit!" Like you fucking double it every turn. That's great. Like the X. The graph is going like the parabola or whatever it is. That's when they really start to realize that it's fun. I respect Krenko. It's rare that I play him. I pretty much just like let people learn off him.
Because you play him and everyone at the table's like, oh, okay, he's dead. He's dead again. Don't even fucking try to play it.
That's only a deck to break out against like if your friends are breaking out there like high competitive. If you're just like, oh, let's all play some like really nasty stuff and just see what happens. Everybody play a mean deck, you know.
Exactly. And if my play group is foolish enough to go for like a real nasty game, I'm going mono blue. And like if you all gang up and kill me, that's fine. I don't blame you, because like if you 2 turns after that, I'll just auto win.
Yeah, you know, you're all gonna have a really bad time. That's how my pod's been lately over here. Like they're on this wanting to build CEDH decks. So one of the guys in our pod he has a Grolnok deck, and right now dollar amount it's at like fucking $3,200. Every game we play, the game is over by turn 4 because it's him playing that, and then my cousin playing a deck. I forget what the commander's called. It's like Kets or something like that. It's from New Capenna, and it's just every time you draw a card, an enemy loses 1 life, and he plays with an infinite combo into Labman. So literally, no matter what happens, by turn 4, one of them has won the game with Labman.
Yeah, that's why you gotta like. I mean, I love Fast and Labman. Don't get me wrong. You gotta have a pregame of like, are we going sweaty here? It's nice to have a
you have to
of power. It's nice. Because I mean, if it becomes an arms race, then everyone's just running Thoracle Demonic Consultation combo. You're playing CDH at that point, and which is fine if you want to.
Exactly.
So I was saying to you, Tyler, that's at that point you just break out Infamous Cruel Claw and your deck of 98 lands and 1 win con.
Yes, that's the fucking degeneracy right there. Absolutely. You get fucking Emrakul or something. I don't know. The legal Emrakul.
Speaking of like the degeneracy you're just saying, so I don't want to butcher his name. Is it Tyler Laplow, the artist? He does a lot of the art for Critical Role. He did the art for the Dragon. That's like the side.
Oh,
frame.
Sure.
The pop art one. Okay.
Yeah. So he was at MagicCon and we were getting cards signed by him. I have a picture of them because I was like, he's actually an inspiration to me. And like when it comes to art, like a lot of the art he's done, like I'm like, oh, I see this all over the place, blah blah. Just things he does. But so my cousin was getting his Dragon portrait signed by him, and as we were waiting in line, the guy in front of him, this is not a joke. He said, "Hey man, do you mind signing my heir apparent?" Because the kid signed, like he was like, yeah. He's like, okay. Pulled out 34.
Oh my god! No,
34 heir apparents and paid for a signature on each one of them.
Yeah, because his whole heir apparent deck's going to be signed.
Yep,
he's going to be the coolest guy at FTM, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you're just kind of being a dick to the people behind you, though.
Literally. Dude, we said that for like 20 minutes. We literally said, dude, he was so pissed off. Like, I was like, shit. Yeah.
I mean, you're paying for him, so it's like, that's cool. You know what I mean? But,
he's getting paid. That's great, but like, fuck. 34? Christ.
I will say, I think the coolest thing that could have happened about that, though, is like, I probably don't need any card signed ever again. I got a card. I want to look up her name before I even fuck it up. Alessandra Pisano. If it's Alessandra, I apologize. She is the artist that created Maha, It's Feathers Night, and a couple other cards like a couple other cards from that set. And I had her signing mine, and she was like, kind of like just doing the regular artist signage thing. And I was like, hey, I really fuck with this card. I play this card in my black deck and people get really mad. It's my big fuck you card. So like, I appreciate you signing this. And she was like, cause it's Maha, I'm going to do a little extra thing. But like, we had a nice little conversation and she literally wrote on it. She's like, this is your fuck you card, right? I said, yeah. She said, can I write fuck you on it? And I was like, yeah. So it says Maha, it's feathers, fuck you. And I was like,
pretty good. It's a stinky card.
Yeah.
I'd be mad if you played it against me, but that is it's a cool thing to have on there.
It's not my commander, but it's in my mono black. So I have a mono black with the new Tiny Bones Bauble Burglar as the commander, and it's got like some really fucking nasty black combos. And everyone's like, oh yeah. So like, it's so funny because everyone's like, oh, you're playing Tiny Bones. I'm like, yeah, like if you discard, like I'm going to use that pile. That's cool. But I'm really just playing a black deck, and I just like Tiny Bones effect.
Oh.
My Maha is in my Toxrill deck. So if Maha gets out while Toxrill's out, then everything dies every turn.
Yep. See, I'm building my Toxrill deck when I get my Plankton in. Hopefully by Saturday.
Gary.
Toxrill with Gary and Plankton.
Gary, my bad. Gary. Yeah, I said Gary. So because I'm going to build a Gary Toxrill deck, and then I want to use Plankton and kind of I bought my first ever booster box of All Is One, and I got so many white and green toxic Phyrexians from it that I kind of want to fuck around and try to make a green toxic Phyrexian deck.
Do you have Finn the Fangbearer? He's mono green, but you could build a nasty toxic deck with him.
Yeah, you really can. I'm also a big fan of Skrelv, because I believe Plankton is Skrelv in the Secret Lair. I like Skrelv an awful lot.
Yeah.
Big fan of Skrelv.
I do not have this card. Oh, yeah, I do, because it's in the Foundations boosters. It's in the Foundations box.
Yeah, the starter box or whatever, yep. Yeah,
the collection, the starter collection. But, Wizards of the Coast, we'll plug you real quick. If you have not bought that starter collection from Foundations, you should, because that's 350 heaters in a box that you probably don't have in your collection.
If you can find it.
Yeah, dude, they're online right now for like $60. Recently.
I guess online. I just don't buy cards online very much. That's my problem.
It's so funny.
I'll admit, I'm a dirty proxier because like cards are fucking expensive, and I'm a single father with kids, and like I'll go to my store and I'll buy like boxes and sleeves and shit like that. And I'm like, I love Magic. Don't get me wrong. And if someone, if you're playing casual Commander, most people are cool with proxying. If someone said that they weren't, I'd be like, okay, then we're not. I have some real decks, but a lot of them. I like to build and brew decks a lot, so I'll build a few like in a couple of months, and I don't feel like dropping $800 every like couple of weeks because I want to like play a new deck. So I do the old staples, Secret Lair, print them off there. But what was I going to say? About buying cards. The one thing I was going to mention though, I do want to mention one of my favorite commander. So my favorite commander pair is Paco and Halden, but my favorite deck that I've ever built, I think, is probably. This is kind of a shitty one, Joe to the Unifier, if you know that one.
Dude. Yeah. You said super friends to the rescue.
But it's fun because it's in this box right here, this Nicol Bolas one right there. So nice. I have the shell of the deck, which is 67 cards, including Joda. And then I've got a stack of 250 legendary spells, most of them creatures that are also in the box. And I shuffle them up in different piles, and then I get 33 random cards from that pile of 250, and I put it into the shell and shuffle it up. So I get a random selection of legendary spells, again, mostly creatures, at the beginning of every game. It's a bit of a setup, but then it gets like a fun little surprise of like who I get. Yeah. So I was calling it Joda's home for misfit commanders, because it's a lot of commanders that I never like really. I had like a bunch of like legendary creature cards laying around that I was never going to do a deck with, but I'm like, hey, fuck it, I get. Profix, the God of Horizons, like sure, he's in the pile, and Skrelv is in the pile, both Atalis are in the pile. Just basically, a lot of it has become like a way for me to get excited when I open a pack on the rare occasion that I do crack packs. That I can get excited for some legendary spell that I don't have before. That if you pull some random legendary spell that you're never going to use for a deck or whatever, it just sits and it does nothing. But now I have a little space where like. I can actually get excited for packs again when I pull some legendary thing I don't own yet.
Yeah, no, that's
it's fun. And then it's just Joda, and he's generically too good. And
sure, yeah.
Joda's really fun. See, it's funny because me and Bruce are like opposite sides of the coin for real, because I am a pack purchaser. I do not buy singles very often. I only like to build decks out of cards that like I have. Realistically, like we're gonna start a vlog soon. We've been talking about it about building our first ever CEDH decks, and then try and do some tournaments like that, and just take some time to do it, build it slowly on a start off with a budget build and increase it. But I really enjoy I don't gamble. I don't really spend frivolous money on things. I grew up kind of poor, so for me, like. I'd be buying Magic packs, and I also buy Digimon packs, and I buy One Piece packs, and that's my gambling. You know what I mean? Like every once in a while, like I buy a $5 pack, and then I pull a $100 card, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go trade that in for $100 real quick, or at least 80.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Justifications. Jason, put Gamblers Anonymous hotline right down here, please, for if you need help.
If you were someone you love. Yeah. No. It's funny. Sure. So. Yeah,
you see what they need to mimic a fraction of my power? That's how you guys. That's how you make me feel when you open TCGplayer. You know what I'm saying?
We got the singles purchaser, we've got the pack purchaser, and then the dirty proxy
guy.
So
Hey, it's like that. I have no shame with anyone's game. At the end of the day, as long as we sit at the table and play a game that's cool. My only thing, like, I have no problem with proxies. Like all the people on my pod play proxies. But one of the guys pulled up with a full proxy deck right one time, and the price on the deck would have been $5,000. I was like, I'm not playing that.
I only have a problem with if it's got like some crazy stuff in it. Yeah, if you're coming in and you're like, my proxy deck, is that fine? I'm like, proxies are cool. And you're like, Mox.
Yeah, literally, dude. It was Mox Guy's Cradle. One. I was like,
no, that sucks. No, I was like, I try to keep. One thing I'll do, my method. I'll give you a real quick TED talk on my method of proxying. I'll go on Moxfield. I'll build the deck, and then like the price limit that I try to keep it in is like relatively with my other friends or whatever. It's rare that I ever break like 1,000. It's normally within like the $400, $5 ish range, whatever, at the cheapest printing, maybe. Sometimes I'll go lower, sometimes I'll go higher, just kind of depending on what I'm trying to do. But I always try to keep it within power level of like what my play group does. But then I'll switch the printing of like the printing that I think looks the coolest, and then I export the list, copy it over to mtgprint.net, I think it is. It makes a nice little PDF for you. I put that PDF into Staples, and then it's like $10 to print it off. Again, try to keep it within the power level, obviously. Don't use it as an excuse to like, do Guy's Cradle and crazy shit like that. But, that's kind of how I do it. But yeah, I try to, it's all about the power level. So if you're, I have powerful decks. Again, a lot of them aren't real. Some of my old real card decks are rather powerful and are real. So, I mean, as long as you're playing an appropriate pod, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, 100%. We all gotta do what we gotta do to get around this cardboard crack. You know what I'm saying? We're all addicted in some way, shape, or form. For real.
Oh yeah.
And then they keep doing shit like that. Like for me, it was like, man, I really like these sets coming out. And then they're like, hey, brother, we're bringing back dragons. I was like, damn, that's fucking nasty. They're like, hey, and then you're going to space for the first real time legal cards. I was like, God fucking damn it. And then they're like, then Final Fantasy, all 16 games. And I was like, I'm gonna cry. And then they're like, and then Spider-Man. And then, you know what? And I was like, man, the year can't get any better. We're gonna get something after that. And they're like, you know what's after that? Avatar. Like Wizards.
Yeah.
How much of my fucking money am I supposed to give you this year, dude?
All of it.
All of it. Apparently, they're like, hey, bro, like, dude, like, it's crazy. Because I'm a huge Final Fantasy guy. So I have to get the Titus deck. I have to get the Titus deck, and I want the Cloud deck just because it's fucking Cloud. I played Final Fantasy VII growing up as a kid, played the fucking remakes. Like, it's Cloud. Come on now.
Yeah, right? I'm not a Final Fantasy guy at all, and I want the Cloud deck, so I get that. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. But like Titus, Final Fantasy X is one of my favorite games, like, of all time. That's probably my personal favorite Final Fantasy game. And the fact that his game, like, so everyone was like, oh, well, I hate that he does the counters and moves them around. I'm actually super excited because they said that his whole deck, like when they're doing the open document interview about it or whatever, they said Tidus's entire deck, and the reason his ability is what it is as a commander is because his deck is not based around passing counters, but it's supposed to emulate the skill system from Final Fantasy X, which is called the orb system, where you like go through this giant web and get new power-ups, and then you can also share those orbs with the teammates so they can access those webs and shit like that. So I'm assuming he's going to like there's going to be a bunch of mechanics of like putting all kinds of counters on creatures and then throwing around. Like, oh, this creature has an invincibility counter, now I'm moving it to this creature. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's going to be a super fun mechanic.
Yeah, I'm sure you can do it like at instant speed in certain ways too.
Yeah, that's exactly. Cool. Yeah. It'll be, I mean, I don't think anything game breaks can come out. I think that's another thing too, is people are going to be expecting a lot of game breaking cards coming out of these sets. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Please don't.
There's gonna be good cards, but
that's my only problem with UB. I think is when they use it as an excuse to print some of the most busted shit, so they can make money on. If like One Ring, Bowmaster, shit like that. Yeah. It's like, it just seems it's not in good form, in my opinion, to like make those big chase powerhouse cards and put
sure.
I don't know. Yeah, it feels yucky.
See, I think they should continue the chase with like the things like they're doing with I think Tarkir is setting up to be kind of well. Like I like that they're going to have a couple different serializations, like of the Mox Jasper, and then like of some of the commanders.
That shit's cool. That shit's fine. Yeah.
That's the kind of chase that people should have for. You know what I mean? Like I think those chases over a One Ring or Bowmasters, like you were saying. Like it's so gross. I have this conversation all the time. The Lord of the Rings collector's boxes are between $750 and $1,200. And then the UB version's $1,400 because of the fact that everyone's just holding on to them. It's not the fact that like those cards are expensive for the fact that everyone's holding on to them. Like think about literally how many thousands of packs had just not ever been opened of this set, and that's why every other fucking card is so expensive. Like we're all limiting ourselves from actually having fun off the Lord of the Rings set. And that's dumb as fuck. I hate the scalper mentality, but like I go into that for a long time. Being a pack purchaser, like I really hate the scalpers. Like my girlfriend's really big into Pokemon. She barely gets anything from the new sets in our area because
bad Pokemon.
Dude, bad. I mean, I'm starting to realize even with One Piece, like and I understand Bandai's having some distribution issues right now, so like give them their grace, right? But like the people that are One Piece fans around here, as soon as there's a restock, they go to every single store that day and buy everything. And then it's like I just get sitting in the fucking dust. I'm like, fuck.
I don't think I've ever seen One Piece boosters on a shelf not in like a promo box or something, like ever.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen One Piece boosters sitting on a shelf.
They're gone every time. And like, dude, I have been reading, Luke, this is something about me. So I know you probably don't know this. I'm in a book called Anime Impact, written by Chris Stuckman, who's a YouTube creator as well as a movie director. And we all wrote articles about different animes and how they affected the West and how the West affected, anime in that sense. I'm huge into anime. I've been reading One Piece weekly since 2016. Like literally since like February 2016. One Piece is like, to me, like I'm a huge anime guy, but like it took me a long time to really admit it. But One Piece is to me the biggest manga that's ever existed. And
you're only 25% done. You got 75% more to go.
Actually, One Piece will be over in the next 4 years. The things that have been happening in the last 10 chapters are like, we started moving really fast and a lot of moving parts.
Are you caught up? Like, are you actually?
Oh yeah, I read it every week.
That's crazy.
Dude, I've seen the anime. I've seen the anime all the way through like 4 times, and I've read the manga series like 3 times over.
I think Tyler's one of 4 people that are caught up with One Piece, and one of them is Oda.
You'd be surprised how many thousands of people are on their Reddit every week for doing
for sure, dude, for sure. It's like one of the biggest fan bases. Yeah,
dude. Well, I mean, yeah. So it's just when a story approaches chapter 1070 and a character who was in chapter 2 comes back. Pertaining to the lore, everything is lore accurate, no real changes besides who they look like aesthetically because it's been a grasp of time, and they actually have a part of the story. It makes me feel like, I don't know, the continuity in One Piece is like beyond realms of many other things. Like there are little to no plot holes in the entirety of One Piece, and they're approaching chapter 11 like 1160 something right now. We might be past 1160. I forget the number because I just read them weekly because we're just at that point now. You know what I mean?
It's wild.
It's just wild. I don't know. Like I'm a really big guy, like really big into that. But as much as I have to say it, like I have concerns about the One Piece trading card game, just for the sense of like what they're going to do for printing. I think that they are possibly printing sets a little too fast. There's only 134 Devil Fruit Eaters in the entire One Piece universe, and then when you bring in like the movies that are non-canon and then like non-canon specials and other manga series, like that adds in like another 26 Devil Fruits, but they're already on like set 14. So at a certain point in time, like you run out of characters. Like right now, they're like running characters in multiple colors, dual color cards like that, and it's working. Like it's fine, 100%. It's like the Digimon route almost, but even Digimon has only touched like half, maybe 3/4 of the entire digital like Digimon decks. Like they haven't touched the whole decks yet. So it's like that's my only concern. I do like the One Piece card game though. I don't know if you've played either of the Bandai card games. So it's really funny. So they have a very interesting play style. It's very fun. Instead of having like a life bar, you take at the beginning of the game, you take the top 5 cards of your deck and you put them on the left side of your field, and that's your life. So every time you like want to swing at somebody to deal damage, like beyond their creatures, you swing. And I flip over the top card of my deck, and if it's a creature, your creature battles it, and regardless of what happens, my card disappears, but your creature could die, right? And if it's an option card or an ability card, it fires off its ability. So it got that interesting mechanic. One Piece uses like energy called Dons, but Digimon doesn't. One Piece is Commander Digimon, and that's what makes it really fun, actually. Like it's literally like you have your pirate leader, and then you have a bunch of pirate crewmates that you're trying to, build up your leader. Whereas Digimon's a bunch of creatures. But we're actually looking at doing some Digimon content. So here in a couple months, if you haven't played anything like that, you can look into that stuff. It's really fun, dude. I would be open to showing you how to play watch it. Table too.
Absolutely.
It's also they have the most beautiful cards out of any set. Like no bullshit. I don't care what anyone has to say. There is no trading card game that has art as beautiful as Digimon.
Hey, me being a dirty proxier, I can jump in and out. I try it. Little to no extent for me,
dude. Well, yeah, Digimon's super cheap. Like, actually, I have a starter deck right here. Shameless plug, Bandai Namco. Here you go. Here's my first run through of me trying to be a Bandai ambassador.
I got a Jessmon deck right here too on my.
Yep, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But like these card arts,
ripped and haven't put away.
They're so funny. Like, look at this card art, Luke. And this is like par for the course on Digimon.
Who is that?
It's called Mastemon.
Hell yeah.
It's a fusion. I know the art's a little shitty because my camera's shitty.
She's an honorable mention on the list.
Hey, bro, chill out.
Is it Anguamon? The one from I remember
that part of that deck too.
You talk about right here, Anguamon, my girl.
Oh, she's in there. Her and Dark Magician Girl should have made my list as well. And I'm
that's a damn. You're right.
I should have.
Speaking, man, it's so funny you just brought up Yu-Gi-Oh! So I've been playing Master Duel a lot with my buddies on PlayStation, and it's really funny because I'm the trading card guy out of like my actual friend group, and I've got them all recently to buy Magic decks. Like they all just got their Magic decks delivered. Ramon has all 4 Fallout decks, Bruce, which I think is hilarious. And then my guy just got 2 of the Doctor Who decks in, and my other dude bought 2 decks from Bloomborough. So like they're all getting into it. But
hey, we've been playing. Let's get some games going, man. Mothman goes hard. Tell Ramon to come play on Manadorks or something.
I told him.
Mothman's a fucking menace.
Mothman's a menace, dude.
He understands now, too, because he was playing Dog Meat at first. And then I kept telling him, I was like, just play the Mothman deck. And then he called me after they got done playing on Saturday. He was like, Mothman's busted. I was like, yep, Mothman's a problem.
Dog Meat's an awesome deck if you want to have fun and you want your friends to enjoy playing Magic with you.
Yeah.
Dog Meat's a great 100%. Deck for that. Mothman is good if you want to make enemies.
We want to hurt some feelings.
Yeah, seriously.
Cheeks.
So that's what I was saying. So we were playing Master Duel last night. Do you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh?
I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I played up until like Synchro I played up until Synchro Monsters, which is quite a while.
I stopped during 5Ds too. So I used to do like tournament dual play here in Michigan a lot, and then I stopped during 5Ds and playing Synchro. But so I'm playing Master Duel. I've been playing it for a couple of, like, honestly, I've been playing it since release, but I've been playing it really hardcore a couple months. And I made a deck a couple days ago and played all of my friends. I played every one of them in one match each last night with this new deck. It's the Gravekeepers. You know what that is?
Sounds nasty.
Okay, it's nastier than you think. So in Yu-Gi-Oh, you have a couple different summoning options, and that's the whole point of the game. You get 1 normal summon per turn. You can special summon in any ways, as many times you want, though, as long as you can special summon, though. And a lot of ways people special summon is like from the graveyard, from the decks, yada yada, whatever. So the Gravekeeper's deck, the whole point of the deck is I use a field spell called Necro Valley. And Necro Valley, when it's up, its ability is all cards in the graveyard cannot be moved to another place. All effective cards in the graveyard cannot be used. And all cards in the graveyard lose their card typing, their effect, and their attributes. And then you play it with Gravekeeper cards, and Gravekeepers break that rule. Gravekeepers can be summoned through Necro Valley, and then they also have abilities that go hand in hand. So on turn 1, because everyone wants you to go turn 1, that way they can beat you on turn 2. On turn 1, I lay Necro Valley and 1 other creature that does not allow any type of creature to be special summoned if it doesn't have the name Gravekeepers. And immediately everyone's like, well, I can't play the game anymore. And I'm like, yeah, that's why we're here.
just a meta-breaking, like a meta-breaking thing. It's very good.
Yes, exactly. I was like, yep.
It kind of reminds me, two of my decks that I try to build a deck in that way where it's like you're kind of like fighting the meta versus like fighting like an individual deck.
Yeah.
You can't see her in my cam, but I've got a Jasmine Boreal of the 7 commander deck. She's an uncommon commander, I think from like Dominaria, or I forget what set it's from, but she's an uncommon one. She's 1, a green, and a white, and you can tap her, and you get green and white, but you can only use it to you can only spend that on creatures with no abilities. But then her big line of text is creatures with no abilities that I control can't be blocked by creatures with abilities opponents control. And as you imagine, every fucking creature's got an ability. Like no one's playing vanillas. The only problem it runs into is when it's tokens. A fun way to get there's a fun way to get around that with souls. You can give any number of creatures persist. So if you can like just give them all persist and like swing through them. So like that's a fun one to like try to fight through the meta of like, I just get a shitload of tokens and then I make them unblockable. Then my current most favorite recent deck that I built is Baloth Baratil, which is from Baldur's Gate, which is, I think it's like 5 mana. He's mono red. All creatures opponents control with power less than his power are goaded. And whenever a creature that is goaded, that it's attacking or blocking, dies, I make a treasure. And then I can choose a background, which is this last line of text. The background that I chose is Raised by Giants. Commander creatures that I own are base power 10/10. So that also, because the Voltron them up with like Colossus Hammer, Excalibur, make them a fucking 40/40. Let everyone else kill them, and then you boop the last fucking person with commander damage.
That's amazing. That's so
it's fucking crazy.
They say that it's my way of playing blue without being in blue, and it's so good. I love it so much.
It's so real. That's fair though. Yeah. So, Luke, you're on the episode. We're starting off this segment that we've been doing for 2 episodes now. This is episode 2, so that counts as a streak, right? But we're going to call it Pitch Clock. There. But so the whole point of Pitch Clock is I'm going to pull out a timer on my phone, and I'm going to run the timer for 30 seconds at a time. Now, because I haven't pitched this to you, you don't know this, so that's why we're doing it. But Pitch Clock, the rule is you have 30 seconds to pitch a movie or TV show to captivate the audience. At the end of this, we're going to ask everybody in the comments to tell us who won, and we'll put the winner of it by next week. By the next episode release in our socials. So I will start off. I don't have any ideas at all, but I just want to teach you, and I'll give you 30 seconds to think. But all right, here's my 30 seconds to go. So here's the show I'm thinking of in my brain right now. Okay, I'm looking at inspiration that I have. So The Humble Life of a Ceiling Fan. And we look at the microcosm of the actual biomes of the microbials that live on the fan, and how every day they fight over torrentious storms and crazy winds that are just throwing them and killing them and their people. And we just watch this almost documentary of these small creatures building their civilization to be destroyed multiple times every day, and then rebuilding and being destroyed and rebuilding again. And that's my 30 seconds. All right.
Beautiful.
Bruce,
so we're following the germs. Following the germs on the ceiling fan.
Yeah, there's questions afterwards too, Luke. So following germs on it's like it's almost like Osmosis Jones, except
it's like Ozzy and Drix meets the Wheel of Time, but on a ceiling fan. Yes, but on ceiling time. So you're just constantly, and it's like it's almost like that ancient Chinese technique where they build communities that are easily destroyed so that they can build them again, because they're going to be destroyed by the Hans and stuff. Mm-hmm. So like it's literally just this like biography, like maybe David Tennant doing the voiceover, and he's like, as the wind destroys the millions of lives of these creatures, more creatures begin to populate and build structures upon the bodies and carcasses of those beforehand. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know, some stupid shit like that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd watch it. I'd smoke, and then I'd watch it. I would watch it.
All right, Bruce, you ready? Or you got more questions?
Just one more. Is there going to be like a live action portion like Osmosis Jones with Bill Murray, where you like zoom out? It's gotta be Bill Murray. And show the house and like what's going on.
Every time it zooms out, it's just me like either walking into the room and turning the fan on, or walking out of the room and turning the fan off. And then their whole life changes. You know what I'm saying? Every day when I turn the fan on, that's like years of storms for them.
The storms are coming. It's Twister and that shit.
And then when I turn the fan off, they're like back into like the peaceful times. Like they never know when it's going to happen. Like there would be this point in time when like it's been years upon years, generations. They have a beautiful cityscape and futuristic shit. And then I turn the fan on, everything's destroyed.
You're honestly kind of touching on like Stormlight Archive, if you know those books, but regardless, it's honestly kind of Stormlight.
I'm crying. All right, Bruce, you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, start.
All right, so mine is another installment in a franchise, and it's inspired off of this segment, actually. It's called Pitch Perfect, the perfect pitch. Now, the problem is the school is shut down, and the Bellas are hard on cash. They can't fix the problem, and they can't fix it by winning just one singing competition. They got to prove that they can make a legitimate business out of this shit, okay? So they got to go on Shark Tank and pitch to the sharks to get the money they need to save the school, but Mr. Wonderful will only give them the money if they can teach him how to be a singer, too.
Okay, so
you ended it right in the dot. Like right
literally. He was swinging for the fences. So how much of the original cast do we got? Is Anna Kendrick back?
But just Anna Kendrick though. She was the only one we could afford.
Oh, okay, so you got like a bunch of like dealers
and actually Adam Devine as well.
Oh shit! Okay, then you guys are good.
The only problem with that is that he's doing Bumper in Berlin, so it actually destroys the entire plot line of all of Pitch Perfect to have him there. But we got him.
Bumper in Berlin.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
That's a real show. If you didn't know that, it's a real. Pitch Perfect
that's why. It's a Pitch Perfect spinoff. Fuck the
his character Bumper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in Berlin doing Bumper shit. I don't know. I haven't watched it. But
I wasn't going to say anything about. I don't know what the fuck you were talking about, Bruce. I had no idea what was happening.
This is a real show.
Yeah, my idea requires too much Pitch Perfect lore. I think people are like, "What?
That's crazy. That's insane." I mean, no, that's how you hit home and get a real following. Though a cult following is going to make you a lot of money. Have you got any more question for him, Luke? Yeah. My original question was what the fuck you talking about with this Bumper in Berlin, but you let me know. That was okay. All right, well, I'm gonna give you a 3-second countdown then, and I'll keep the clock right here. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, this is a movie franchise that me and my brother came up with a long time ago. It's an entire franchise. There's gonna be like 9 of them. Okay, it's called the Clown Trip franchise. First one starts off, it's a very typical like horror movie. We go to a haunted clown doll museum and they come to attack us. The next one is a making of Clown Trip, the first one, but then that one becomes canonically intertwined with the actual story. And then by the 9th one, they're in space and there's like a tie-in with like ancient Native Americans that had like a tribe that turned into clowns, and there's clown gas, and that's the franchise.
And there's clown gas.
So the second one is the making of. So you're making like a behind the scenes documentary.
Yes.
But then the clowns attack in the documentary.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm sold there.
It's a making of.
I said that broke me 100%. Like, so and then is it one of those things where it's marketed like that, or is it like a surprise? Like the second movie,
it's a complete surprise. No one fucking knows. But like our plan. There was one time we got like way messed up and like made this whole loose outline of this. We had like cards for everything, and the other important thing is by like book like or by movie like 5, it's like a revamp and a new cast, but they're like it's questionable if there are kids or not, but it's like basically the exact same plot as the first movie. But at one point they go to like the library to do research on like the local clown tribe that used to live in the area, and it's like one librarian behind the desk, but then as they turn around, it's like the main full cast of the first movie. It's just just like that,
like a M. Night Shyamalan.
Literally, everyone's gonna send him to like,
it's like some Twin Peaks level shit. That's what we're after.
Damn.
I'm gonna say that. It's gonna be me and Bruce crying. I'm like, this is peak, bro.
It's like Shia LaBeouf at the end of.
I was just gonna say,
Shia LaBeouf.
We're like Shia LaBeouf in the theater. One more question. What is? You just caught this at the very end. What is clown gas?
I don't remember. I think there was space gas, kind of like Joker gas. I think it's basically just a rip off of Joker gas, if we're being honest. But it's in space because like the space. If I recall with the lore that we made like 15 years ago, I want to say like the space gas came from outer space and it infected some Native Americans. They were called the Hihanawa tribe. I remember that.
Hihanawa.
Those are like the scant outline details I remember for Clown Trip. In one day, it's happening somewhere else other than here.
Damn, Luke might have taken the dub on that one. I mean, I'm gonna stay true to my microcosm. Bruce definitely lost, but Luke might have taken the dub.
Listen, I like Mr. Wonderful. Yeah, Mr. Wonderful needs to be taught how to sing and dance with the Bellas.
And he'll learn how to love as well.
Yes.
Bruce,
Luke gets it. He gets it.
I need you to follow up to this episode with a video of you doing like a TikTok dance and sending it to Mr. Wonderful and like learn how to dance and sing with me.
That'll be my perfect pitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your perfect pitch to him is making the movie perfect pitch.
Yeah,
dude. Meta. It just makes sense. And when I say meta, obviously I'm not talking about Zuck. But I could talk about Zuck, but we shouldn't talk about Zuck yet because he's not Batman yet. But we're approaching that future very quickly, and Bruce knows that.
There will be no Zucker Bat.
He's gonna be like, you called. And we're gonna be like, oh my god, Elon Daddy's taking the world over, and it's gonna be a whole fucking thing, dude. And then Bruce doesn't want to admit it, but
he's not the hero we deserve, but the hero we need.
Dude, he's the hero that we're all friends with.
That was Tom from MySpace.
I know, but we're pretty much all friends with Mark Zuckerberg. He's the hero that Jesse Eisenberg played. How about that? Do you want to hear that?
Sure.
Yeah. Remember when Jesse
Eisenberg played?
Remember when Jesse Eisenberg banged Brenda Song in a bathroom, and then that was her entire 5 minutes of fame in that entire film?
Nope.
It's been a long time since I saw that movie. Very long time.
Yeah, really? I haven't seen the movie in a long time either, but I remember like so much about that film.
Tyler's got photographic Gooner memory. Any sex scene, you get locked in.
Goon brain going. Yeah, fuck I look like, dude. Jesus Christ. Well,
I'll tell you what you look like. Honestly, after you sent that in the group chat today, you look like the Crab Man from My Name is Earl.
I really do look like Crab Man.
Dude, speaking of underrated network shows, My Name is Earl. I think
Necronomicon. Necronomicon's going to be the weekend that after this and before this episode drops. And let me tell you right now, there's going to be some pictures of me in an orange crop top, wife beater, like a pumpkin thing, acting like Crab Man. And I'm going to talk to the actor for Crab Man, and I'm going to talk to Jason Lee.
That's amazing. That's awesome.
If I wasn't bald, I would go as Earl, but I don't think I could. There's bald Earl that makes sense.
I think you should pull it. I think you'd pull it off. Let's get you a toupee.
Buy a toupee. Just
we can shave. We can just shave Glitzy and put it all together on some duct tape and throw it.
Hey, now.
You act like I said herder. I said shaver.
Yeah, don't make me come slide on your back streets.
I'll let you slide on back something. Back cheeks.
Yeah.
I wish you would have said that. That was good.
Heavy glaze.
Heavy. What you know about? What you know about a heavy glaze? You ever seen a glaze?
It's gonna be Krispy Kreme up in that bitch.
I call you my fucking Krispy Kreme donut every time I look at that bald head. I spit on it.
I'm turning your bedroom into Krispy Kreme, and the free donut light is on. You know what I'm saying?
Can I tell you? I'm 1,000% down for that because a fresh Krispy Kreme donut, chocolate iced, is my favorite. That's like my favorite donut in the world, hands down.
I might go get some weird. I might eat some donuts after this.
It's if I want to go pick up Krispy Kreme, I have to go drive an hour to a Krispy Kreme.
Rough.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's rough.
No. Only other alternative I have to drive an hour for Krispy Kreme is for Bruce to drive an hour and a half and come Krispy Kreme me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, how about this? Krispy Kreme them cheeks. Huh? I said it. Jason, make me say it, not him. Take it away from him.
Steal the joke. Jason, it's mine now.
Cut it up, put it over there, and just put it back.
Just do a little seamless.
I like the confidence. Jason, do it. Give it to him. He can have it.
I think I deserved it. I was thinking first.
I think I earned it. Really?
Yeah. My delivery's better.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Jesus.
Oh man.
Oh fuck.
All right, man. Well,
see you next Tuesday. Can I say it?